my last stream for the night in my last video because I gotta pack up and get ready to get out of here. My flight leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning back to Oakland from Newark. But nevertheless, I wanted to do this stream, and a lot of people are not going to like this stream, and I know it's going to be some people whose feathers are going to be ruffled, but at the end of the day, we have to have this conversation. I'm not going to bite my tongue, and I'm not going to pull any punches because I'm sick, and it's sickening what's being did to Zion Williams by Mariah Mills, this whore, and this charlatan and this Jezebel trying to play victim. She's capitalized off this in the past couple of days. Do you know her name has, and as far as her name being Googled, has went up 2,200%, and her views to her movies have went up like they saying 2,200%. So she's benefited from this. And then Ticket reported that earlier she's been offered the opportunity to call Pelicans games on some kind of smut website. And I guess they want her to be in the nude, and they're offering to pay her upwards of $500,000. So she's capitalized off this. First of all, this lady was plotting on Zion from the gate. This lady is posting pictures of him asleep. So this means that she was plotting on this dude all along. She didn't go into this thinking that there was a relationship, because why on earth would she be sitting up taking pictures of somebody while they sleep? And that just goes to show you what a trifling whore she is. And let's just keep it a buck. And we need to stop playing in games. Now, I've talked about this. You've heard other people talk about this. At the end of the day, there's always this thing. And I have to say this, just like, you heard Kevin Samuels say this too. Yes, I want black men to be with black women. Of course I do. But at the end of the day, you can date whoever you want. But then at the end of the day, now, when you have these conversations about, hey, why these athletes are not marrying black women, well, look what's getting done to Zion Williamson by a black woman. Now, don't get me wrong, a white woman could do it to you as well, and a non-black woman. But this makes the argument, and this is, if this was what you would call court, this makes the argument why a lot of these black men are not dating black women or marrying black women, because of this kind of stuff. You should expect better from women in your own community, but yet this woman has capitalized off being a so-called scorned woman. And then here go the kicker part. Now, you got Mariah Mills wanting to run this black man's name through the mud, but I looked at some of her work. A lot of her co-stars are non-black. So she been swimming in the milk. And that's funny. But then you always get these black women that make these videos about how black men, when they run into money, they don't want to date black women. Well, this is one of the reasons at the end of the day. But then they talking about they expect us to be loyal to them and respect them. But then yet here go a chick that can't keep her mouth shut. But here come a chick that can't play a role and just be a side piece and collect money. No, she want to get mad because he got somebody else pregnant. But then here she is doing porn movies. And by the way, she's not using any protection in her porn movies, but yet she has the audacity to talk about Zion Williamson jeopardizing her safety. What about his safety? Are you taking proper precautions after you do these film shoots with your non-black co-stars? Yeah, she need to be outed. And I'm going to do a video about her swimming in the milk, why she need to shut her ass up. Because and if I'm Zion Williamson, I would get a cease and desist order to where she can't go on no talk shows, where she can't do anything using my name. This is why Athletes need to trademark anything with their name, their intellectual property, to where basically you can't capitalize. He need to get a cease and desist order immediately. And then this whore can't even keep her mouth shut. She posts everything that this dude sent her. So like I said, she been plotting on him from the beginning, but she have the audacity to be mad that he got with somebody else and got them pregnant, even though the person he chose to have a child with, that ain't much better than what he went from. But for this woman to sit up here and have the audacity to sit up here and try to act like she been played and stuff when you do movies for a living. So she's benefited from this, and she, called herself like putting his name out there. This is exactly why I keep saying that you need to make non-disclosure contracts mandatory. This is why, if you are a celebrity, anybody that deals with you, they have to sign everything. They have to sign a non-disclosure contract, confidentiality agreement, sexual consent agreement, everything, to where they can't discuss anything that goes on while involved. And then I might go as far as to tell them they have to be filmed. So just in case they can't say, oh, well, so just in case it goes to court, you can say, I have the video, I have the paperwork. This is it. But like I said before, I constantly hear I hear these black women constantly attacking these black athletes. Oh, why he married somebody outside their race? Why when these black men running the money, they don't want to date black women? They don't want to be with us. They don't want to date us. They don't want to marry us. They don't want to have, because of this kind of stuff. Like I said, this lady been plotting on him from the gate. This lady then posted pictures of him sleeping. I think that's the most trifling thing you can do, is sit up there and post pictures of somebody while they're resting. You snapping pictures. You snapping pictures of somebody, but then at the end of the day, we always have to hear these excuses. Oh, she's just upset. She's just hurt. She's not in there. It's never any accountability for women. They're never held accountable. They always get a free pass no matter what they do. They do anything that's trifling, that's wrong, they supposed to get a free pass because of their gender, but then at the same time they hollering equality. Just like I give you an example. Once again, I saw one of them practical jokers playing a joke. You got this one lady, she, acting like somebody slapped her butt, and then she picking the wrong guy, and she's literally putting her hands on the dude and hitting on the dude. Now, if the dude defend himself and hit the bitch in her face and knock her out, then all of a sudden here comes this talk about you're not supposed to put your hands on a woman. Well, it's like this. How about you not supposed to put your hands on a man? How about you keep your damn hands to yourself? Then all of a sudden women want to play gender equality when it benefits them. But then, then when something is not going in their favor and when they're in the wrong, then they want to holler this stuff. Oh, I'm a woman, so I'm not supposed to be held accountable. Nah, you can't have it both ways. But like I said before, this is why I'll be paying a lot of these feminist misandrists no mind. This is a prime example, and I'm holding black women accountable. This is why dudes are getting passports and going overseas. This is why black dudes don't want to marry within their race. Now, before anybody come on here talking about, well, what about the stuff black men do? Well, we ain't talking about what the black men do. This is, once again, finger pointing, trying to boomerang. Nah, you don't get the boomerang. No, this is a direct shot at y'all. And then at the end of the day, y'all don't hold these women accountable. She probably was taking that 100,000 that Zion was sending her and probably giving it to some damn white man or some non-black. But she had the audacity to be mad at him. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I'll tell you. Like I said, people don't even know how to play their role no more. People don't know. All she had to do is just keep her mouth shut. But for some, and then she's sitting up tweeting about, oh, you got another chick pregnant. Ew. Well, you having sex with random dudes. And they're not all the same dudes. And then at the end of the day, you swimming in the milk. As Dr. Umar Johnson would say. But like I said, you got black women that had the audacity to sit up there and try to shame black men and say that we ain't nothing if we don't be with them. They think because and that's the thing. This is the stuff that Kevin Samuels was warning black men about. This is why so many women were celebrating and were fearful of Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels was breaking a lot of spells that was cast on black men about their mental makeup and their mental psyche when it comes to how they handle relationships and how they handle women, and how in particularly they handle black women. Now, don't get me wrong, women outside our community do this too, but in this particular video, I'm talking to black women. I am pointing the finger at y'all for y'all behavior, because at the end of the day, y'all need to be talking to these women. If there's supposed to be a so-called sisterhood, there should be a sisterhood about how you supposed to respect a man, especially if you got a good thing going. I always tell brothers when they got a good chick, man, you better keep her. Like I said, this lady is terrible. She's a horrible person. That's just real talk. Hold on, you guys. 1 second. Yeah, but excuse me. Yeah, I'm back. Had some top ramen in the microwave, but never mind that. Had to make sure everything was straight. But nevertheless, like I said before, I'm just tired of hearing black women like coming for black men who date outside their race. But they always talking about, oh, we're loyal to black men, but black men, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. A lot of y'all are not. No, you're not. Forever playing victim. Like I said, this lady got some nerve sitting up here acting like she just been did so wrong. So like I said before, that's probably why she mad about him like being with somebody else. Like I said, at the end of the day, her cash flow wasn't even gonna stop. Like I said, all she had to do is play her role. And then the thing is with Zion, man, this dude is like, he's so young and gullible. Like I said, man, it's been proven these hoes ain't loyal. You can't sit up there and be worried about who Zion is, plucking, when, like I said, you do OnlyFans and you do adult films. And it's not like your movies have the same co-star. Like I said, I've seen at least 4 of her movies, and her co-stars are white or non-black. So she got some nerve. That's like a double whammy. I mean, for real, that's like a double whammy. Are you kidding me? Is you kidding me? This chick for real. Y'all black women, y'all gonna have to get y'all itch together. That's just real talk. And stop always like trying to play the victim. For her to sit up there and keep all these money transfers, what are you keeping up receipts for? You planned on doing this anyway. And like I said before, this is why Zion need to go get him a lawyer and issue a cease and desist order. I would shut her down instantly. But he ain't gonna do that because his mind ain't there. But I'm telling you, if Zion, you listening to this video, you better go get a lawyer. You better go get a lawyer, get any cease and desist orders uh, served to her immediately for her not to even talk about me. She can't discuss anything pertaining to, like I said, I'll take her to court. Zion clearly got more money than she got. She write a book about me, I'll keep it tied up in court for years to where that book don't ever come out. You want to do live telecast calling my games? Oh, yeah, we'll see about that. But we get this pressure. We get this pressure from brothers. We get this pressure from sisters. Oh, we need to stick together. The black family structure is in grave jeopardy. Well, this is why. This is why. Listen, I have no problem with Zion Williamson being with a black woman, but not that type of black woman. And World Combat Sports, I was hollering at him, because we was discussing it, like the G's, like the OGs we is. And World Combat Sport had an interesting point. He was saying like maybe Zion ain't used to this kind of attention, and maybe when he was before college and the NBA came, maybe he wasn't getting it like that. So he don't know how to handle this. But I have to say, that's what your stepdad is for. That was what your old father was for, to teach you. At the end of the day, you need to understand the pronunciation of stepfather, what it really means. When they say stepfather, stepmother, is like you stepping in. You're stepping in to fill in the void if this child doesn't have a father or mother figure, and you actually fill in a void if a child is lacking a mother or father figure. That's the whole definition. So his stepfather failed him by not stepping in and helping him. Like I said, there is limitations to everything. But at the same time, if you love your stepchildren, or you love your biological children, you supposed to say something. It ain't no way in hell if my son was dating a porn star, I would sit up there. If I had to have him committed or declared incompetent and get a power of attorney, I would. Because this behavior of Zion is not normal. It's not normal. And like I said before, when you go to the NBA, you need to have proper preparation. And a lot of these dudes just don't have proper preparation going into the NBA. But like I said before, it's just this obligation, and I'm just tired of hearing this stuff. I'm just tired of hearing video after video how black women talking about how they ain't gonna settle and how they ain't gonna do this and how they have these expectations, and Zion should have certain type of expectations himself, and he should have higher expectation for himself and whoever deals with him, because at the end of the day, he is a highly paid athlete. And I'm sorry, you shouldn't align yourself with gutter trash, because the person that he's having a baby with is gutter trash, and this porn star is gutter trash. She's black trash. And then the sad part about it is these women this woman is like 32 years old and acting like a 12-year-old. Talking about, oh, you sitting up going up in other women raw, but all your movies that I've seen, you letting people go up in you raw, and you're using all three of your holes, if you catch my drift. So, like I said, I'm to the point, I don't be wanting to hear that all the time about this obligation for black men to date within a race. Well, if our women within our race keep always betraying us, this lady betrayed Zion Williamson. She betrayed them. She betrayed his trust. And at this point, she ain't no victim. He is a victim because at the end of the day, you sitting up there telling all y'all business for the world to know. And for people that don't want me to say nothing, well, if she wouldn't have posted the business, what was going on between them, there would be no business for me to be talking about what I'm talking about. So I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Well, that make it even worse. That's why I'm saying she a hypocrite. And a lot of these female content creators that love to call black men out for being with women outside their race, they hypocrites too. Is they gonna call her out? Keep in mind, a black man is always ridiculed if he dates outside his race. He's always ridiculed. He's shamed. He's torn apart. But if a black woman dates outside her race, she's considered weighing her options. You know, she's told to look outside the box, and that's always been the case. The black man can't do nothing without being shamed. So that make it even worse. So here it is. She demands that she only do scenes with white co-stars in her porn movies, but yet she trying to lay down the law with this black man. Like I said, at the end of the day, Zion wasn't properly groomed to handle life and handle women. This is why, like I keep saying, and then for any women that's going to come on here trying to justify and trying to side with Mariah Mills, you can just get the fuck off my channel and don't ever bring your sorry ass back. How would you feel if somebody did that to your son? How would you feel if somebody tried to humiliate your son like that or did your son like that? But you want to have this fake obligation to feminism and womanhood and fake sisterhood that don't exist. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Like I said, this has always been the issue. Like I keep saying, there ain't never been no case where no black woman died from dating no white man. There ain't never been no white woman shooting a black woman because she was dating a white man. But they've been cases of a black man getting shot or harmed because he was dating a white woman. And that's been proven time and time again. You name me one case where you heard about a white woman or black woman being hung because they were sleeping with boss. That's what I thought. I'll wait, because it won't happen. It's not gonna happen. It won't happen. But I can tell you this much, like I said. It's been proven that black men been like I said, Emmett Till lost his life because people thought that he whistled alleged that white woman, and like I said, what was done with him, what they did to him, what was done to him was sickening. But yet the person that lied on him and that caused his demise, that bitch got to live like till she was damn near 90 years old. Nothing ever happened to her. And that's what I'm saying. I can promise you if a black girl whispered at a white man, I guarantee she wouldn't have been shot and mutilated. Yeah. Okay. So let's just stop the cap. It's always been a different set of rules. So that's very interesting where basically her movie, she refused to work with black men, but yet she's sitting up there messing around with athletes. So basically she didn't even see Zion as no boyfriend. She saw him as an opportunity to come up a paycheck. And like I said, probably the money that she was getting from him, she was giving it to some white dude. Yeah, I said it. Like I said, the nerve of these, like I said, the nerve of these hoes. Like Chris Brown said, these hoes ain't loyal. So that's why sometimes, I don't be wanting to hear it. I don't be wanting to hear it sometimes when I be hearing some of these content creators always talking this stuff about black dudes don't when they make it to the top, they leave black women in the cold. Well, in this particular case, and the funny thing was when Zion Williamson was in college, when he'd be and Zion Williamson, he just didn't show me that unfortunately, he's not a smart dude. Because keep in mind, this happened to him before where basically he got outed by some white girl. Basically, he was asking, could he come hang out with her? And then, of course, she got drugged. But this is worse. This woman then told all his business. All his business. But this is how you end up broke. This is how you end up broke. And to me, Adam Silver need to step in. The NBA, they need to step in and basically do something about this woman. The NBA got it. The NBA always talking about they care about the well-being of their players and all this stuff. Well, this is a case where they need to step in possibly. They want to sit up there and protect their brand. They want to take the image of the logo. Well, this is where they should sit up there and they want to talk about, well, you represent the NBA and all this kind of stuff. Well, Zion Williamson represent the NBA. And look what type of scandal he involved in. That's all I'm saying. This dude only 22 years old and this dude done screwed up his life. Knocking up a person that already got a child. Like I said, the simp business is going on is full stride. Full stride. Stephen, it's always gonna be a simp, and it's always gonna be a thirsty ass nigga that's gonna be desperate from attention from a whore. Of course, simps gonna feel sorry and try to, you know what I'm saying, and try to big her up. But a real dude gonna understand the trauma and the travesty that's going on with her. She don't have no respect for herself. She don't have no dignity as a woman. She don't have no dignity as a human being. Like I said, this lady is trash. So, So that's just the bottom line. That's just basically what's going on with him. And it's sad. You just gotta be like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, you just can, like I said before, you just can't make this stuff up. This lady literally sitting up here acting like she was just some girlfriend that was making dinner for him and cooking, and then the funny thing is she talking about all she did for him. What the hell did you do for him? What did you do for him? Was you with him at those high school basketball games? This lady is delusional. She delusional. She really is. She delusional. She need to go, like, for real. She need to go lay on that couch. She need to go lay on that couch. She delusional. What did she do for him? What? For real. What did she do for him? Did she help him? Did she help him drain? Highly doubt that, because she too busy laying on her back or laying face down. So, like I said, what did she do for him? Like I said, that lady is delusional. Yeah, she acting like she his wife or something. She didn't do a damn thing for him. That's why I was like, oh, what is this lady talking about? Like, what is she talking about? Can we get some clarity on what did you do for him? Like I said before, nothing. Like I said, man, it's just laughable with it's just laughable with some. It's just laughable with some of these people on here. It's just extremely laughable. Like I said, that lady is delusional. I'm talking about she really delusional. But anyway, you guys, I got to get out of here. Got to get ready. Got to call for this lift so I can get to the airport. I'm gonna get to the airport a little early because I don't know. I don't want to take no chances because EWR is a different kind of airport. EWR is almost as bad as Jackson Hatfield. But anyway, appreciate you guys listening. I'll be back more later. Out.